Okay, get ready, because I'm about to tell you something that's going to sound completely upside down. What if I told you the real secret to getting super rich wasn't to work harder, but to actually be lazy? Yeah, I know it sounds nuts, but this right here, this is the secret treasure map we are about to follow.
All right, lean in a little closer, because what I'm about to say is a secret that the whole world tries to bury. It's going to feel wrong, it's going to sound absolutely bonkers, but this one little idea, it's the master key to the entire kingdom. You ready for this?
That's it. That's the big secret. You are trying way too hard with your money. And if you've ever looked at your investments and just seen a big red mess, listen to me. It's not because you're bad at this. It's because you've been tricked into playing the game on super duper hard mode, and you didn't even know it. I mean, think about it. Since we were kids, what did they tell us? No pain, no gain. Hustle harder. And look, that's awesome for building muscles at the gym. But for building wealth? It's a total trap. In the world of money, the person who's sweating, clicking buttons all day, panicking, they're the one who's losing. The real winner? They're kicking back on a hammock, doing absolutely nothing. This is the lazy millionaire paradox, and I am handing you the cheat codes to the game.
Okay, imagine this. You are baking the most perfect, most delicious, most incredible chocolate souffle the world has ever seen. You pop it in the oven, there is only one rule. Just one. Don't open the oven door. But you get a little antsy, you get curious, you just want to take a tiny peek. So you crack it open and whoosh! All that cold air rushes in and your beautiful fluffy souffle just sinks. It turns into a sad, flat pancake. Your money is that souffle. Every single time you log in to just check on it, you are opening the oven door and letting all the magic out.
So why do we do it? Why is it so hard to just leave the oven door shut? What is going on inside our brains that makes us want to peek and poke and mess things up? Well, guess what? It's not actually your fault. It's a really, really old bug in your programming.
I want you to picture yourself as a caveman, okay? You're chilling by the fire. Suddenly, a bush starts rustling. Your ancient lizard brain doesn't stop to think. It just screams, "Tiger, do something, run!" Now fast forward to today, you're looking at your phone and a stock drops a little bit. That exact same lizard brain goes completely berserk. It screams, "Tiger, sell everything!" But here's the secret. The stock market isn't a tiger. It's more like a snail. And you're trying to fight a snail with a giant spear. It just doesn't work.
And you know who absolutely loves your panicky little lizard brain? The bad guys. The entire financial world has built this giant, flashy, noisy casino with one purpose: to poke your lizard brain with a stick until it freaks out and starts pushing all the shiny buttons.
Think about it. A casino doesn't make a single penny if you're just standing there, right? They need you to play. They need the wheel to spin. Wall Street is just one giant casino. All the news channels, all those apps on your phone, they're like the dealers shouting, "Place your bets, place your bets." They need you to be active. They need you to panic, because your frantic action is how they get rich. Your laziness is their worst nightmare.
Okay, pop quiz time. I want you to imagine you're holding a wet, super slippery bar of soap. Got it? Can you feel it on your hands? Now, what happens if you start squeezing it really, really tight, trying to get a better grip? What happens to that little bar of soap? Exactly. Two things happen. First, every time you squeeze it and handle it, little tiny bits of it just dissolve and wash away down the drain. Those are your taxes and fees. And second, the harder you squeeze that slippery thing, the more likely it is to just shoot right out of your hand and go flying. Those are your big, costly mistakes. The more you touch and squeeze your money, the less of it you have. So who is the undisputed grand champion of not squeezing the soap? The final boss of doing absolutely nothing? The legend himself, Warren Buffett. He figured out the ultimate paradox, the biggest secret of all. To win the race, you have to move like a turtle. Okay, look at this. Just the number 20. What is this? Is it a secret code? Is it the X on our treasure map? This number, right here, is the key that unlocks Warren Buffett's entire kingdom of wealth. So here's the game. Buffett says to imagine that for your entire life of investing, you get a little punch card. You know, like the one you get at a coffee shop. But here's the catch. You only get 20 punches. That's it. For your whole life. Now, if you knew you only had 20 shots, 20 punches for your entire life, would you waste them on silly little ideas? No way! You would wait, and you would wait, and you would wait for that one perfect, giant, slow-moving opportunity to walk right in front of you. You wouldn't waste a single punch. This is how Buffett plays the game.
He treats every single decision like it's precious and rare, while everyone else is running around playing like they have infinite lives. Check this out. Back in 1988, he used one of his precious punches on Coca-Cola. And then, for over 30 years, he just did nothing. He sat there, he took naps, and the result? Today, that one single punch pays him more money every single year than what he paid for the entire thing back in 1988. He planted one magic seed and it grew into a giant money tree that just drops cash into his lap forever. That's the power of one good punch and a 30-year nap. Okay, this is the craziest, funniest, and most important secret of the entire day. For real. An investment company did a huge study to find out who their best investors were. And you know who they were? People who were dead. I'm not kidding. Literally. Why? Because dead people can't panic sell. They can't open the oven door. And you know who the second best performers were? People who had completely forgotten they even had an account. This is the ultimate proof that the single biggest enemy to your money is you. All right, so since we can't just put ourselves in a coma for 20 years, how do we get the same results? Well, I am now officially handing you the Lazy Millionaire's Toolkit. These are the real-life cheat codes to build an unbreakable fortress around your money, to protect it from your own brain. So, tool number 1 is the coffee can. Way back in the day, people would buy a stock, get the paper certificate, put it in an old coffee can, and just shove it under the bed for decades. And you know what? They got rich. Why? Because they never interrupted a winner. Your mission is to build yourself a digital coffee can. That means you delete the trading app from your phone, you make your password so ridiculously long and complicated that you have to go find it on a piece of paper. You make it hard to get to your money. So your awesome lazy side automatically wins. But what do you put in the coffee can? Well, trying to find that one perfect stock that's going to go to the moon is like trying to find one tiny specific needle in a giant haystack. It's totally exhausting. So Buffett's advice is super simple. Just buy the whole haystack. If you buy something like an S&P 500 index fund, you own a teeny tiny piece of all the biggest and best companies at once. You're not betting on one needle anymore, you're betting on the whole American economy. It's the laziest and most genius move there is. So here it is, your new mission. This is your final power-up. Your new superpower is laziness. I want you to delete that app. Make your password impossible. Promise yourself you'll only check your money once a year, maybe on your birthday. And if you hear about some new, super complicated investment, if you can't explain it to a 10-year-old in one sentence, it goes straight into the too hard pile. Your job isn't to add more stuff, it's to subtract all the noise and just let your money grow in peace. So at the end of the day, you have a choice to make. Are you going to be an architect, someone who's always fussing and tweaking and measuring and trying to force things to grow? Or are you going to be a gardener, someone who finds a good seed, plants it in good soil, gives it a little water, and then steps back and trusts the process and just lets nature do its incredible magic? Remember, you can't make a tree grow any faster by pulling on its leaves, and you'll definitely kill it if you keep digging it up every single day to check on the roots. So my final question to you is this. What are you going to stop digging up starting right now? Go be a great gardener, go be lazy, and go get rich.